Hi guys, Agrippa Maxenius here with more Gettysburg Ultimate General action. And basically what I'm continuing here is a Confederate campaign that I started quite a while back. I was able to get quite an interesting victory, basically by taking Cemetery Ridge and the Evergreen Cemetery on the first day, or I believe the second day perhaps. Yes, the second day, and that was really awesome. I've never basically gotten this much of a victory as the Confederacy, so I was really confident about this next battle coming up. But as you can see, even though I do have the field advantage here, I need to launch a frontal assault against these Union lines, and they seem to be pretty well stocked with troops. I'm not going to run to the enemy. I really want to just get there on my own time. As you can see, we've already got Wright. We'll go ahead and have them start firing on Ward, and just go ahead. Yes, there we go, Wright. We'll bring Daniel up. And actually, once again, I'm going to concentrate fire on Ward. I want to make him run as quickly as possible. But as you can see, we're already having troubles with morale, and that's not a good thing. I don't know what my guys are doing. Are they trying to charge the enemy? It's more crazy Confederate bonsai charges. What can I say? Oh well, it works. So we'll let Perry run back to the Wheatfield, or Daniel run back to the Wheatfield, but maybe get a little bit of morale back. And we're moving these guys up. I want to get O'Neill to move up, and Mahone is one of our biggest brigades, so we definitely want to get him to move up. These guys are nowhere near close enough to do any damage to the enemy, so we want to definitely fix this problem right now. And right here is dealing with a lot, oh, look at that, a lot of enemy fire. I feel like even moving this cannon over here, possibly helping out a bit. Iverson's brigade is absolutely shot. Quite literally, shot up to bits. Look at that, Wright cannot hold the bottom formation. They just can't. There's just way too many brigades here. You can see that we've got an infantry brigade, we've got an artillery brigade. It's not looking good. So we definitely want to really push the point as much as we can. Graham's firing off just fine. We'll bring him up. Scales. What about these guys? All right, so we've actually allowed the enemy to kind of, in a way, get kind of close to us. Go ahead and, what are you doing, guys? Hold here. Thomas will bring him up. As you can see, unfortunately, it seems like a lot of my Confederate soldiers here are losing morale really quickly. And I'm sure this cannon fire has something to do with it. It's certainly not helping matters. Now, finally, we did make the Union pull back, or at least we made Ward's unit pull back. And the only reason that really happened is because we continued harassing him with fire. We'll go ahead and get Iverson to run here. He's already pretty low on men anyway. And Daniel's slowly gaining back his condition. I really want a southern defensive line here. Come on, Wright, halt. We'll hold right here. Wright can go ahead and fire up as many volleys as necessary. Wow, a lot of guys going down there. As you guys can see, Ward is back and dealing as much damage as ever. We're going to go ahead and bring these guys back down. Avery can move down. Unfortunately, as you can see in the last battle, despite the fact that I got a victory, I lost a tremendous amount of men. You can even see that Smith's brigade is 340 men left, which is, I think, the lowest I've ever seen any of my brigades have in this game. We'll go ahead and move up with Ramseur here, try to deal with Candy and Coster. I'm actually going to have Ramseur run. And I want Gordon to run too, because even though he doesn't have many men in his unit, he does have supremacy on the hill. And not only that, he's got more men than Coster, which is what matters. So let's go over here and see what's going on. Okay, so O'Neill's pulled back. We're moving on our strongest brigade right now, which is Mahone's. Daniel's pretty strong too, but he's already been in battle, and thus he's basically been worn down a bit. Come on, Daniel. I want you to get there faster, man. We'll have Daniel just target him right there. Start opening fire on Graham. Let's move Perrin up too. It seems that the enemy has moved off, and this is actually good because I want to be in this wood area. It gives us a lot better cover from enemy fire, and we can dispatch the enemy a lot easier. And once again, we're having a lot of trouble holding this southern area over here. Let's move Perry over here, maybe to help out a little bit. I'll actually have Posey move down to the farm, the White Cart farm. As you can see, we've got a lot of dead Confederates. We're retreating all over the place down here, and I'm not liking that, guys. Let's go ahead. Ramseur. Avery is going to run. Come on, Avery. Gordon, I'm going to just have him keep that hill position. And as you can see, we could probably make Kane's division just give up eventually. I'll move 2nd Corps over here to provide some morale. Oh, and here we go. My favorite. Reinforcements. I think you guys know damn well where these guys are going. Straight down to the Wheatfield to make our push down there. And once again, we do have this battle in our grasp anyway, so far, because we're holding the 2 main positions here. But like I said, in the beginning of this battle, I really do want to make this an assault. I want to finish the Battle of Gettysburg immediately on day 2, which I think for me would be a record, and that would be the best thing for me. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to occur. We'll soon see. We'll go ahead and bring First Corps here, and we'll also make sure that Anderson's brigade is running to his position because we want to deal with Graham quickly. Perry, what are you doing? What are you doing? Fall back. All right, we're pulling Perry back a bit. We'll move Posey up, and Perrin can move up too. As you can see, they are moving back. They're sort of moving back their lines, but I have to be careful over here in the north too, because if they break through here, we stand to lose all of our important victory points, victory locations, that sort of thing. Let's get one of these cannons that doesn't seem to be firing out on the front lines. Get Ward out here too. Let's see if McGraw can even hit an enemy from this far away. Let's try to target Ward. He's going to go ahead and target him. Move ahead with Posey. All right, so we've got Graham on the run. That's definitely a move in the right direction. I'm guessing the Wheatfield probably doesn't give us the best of cover, so I'm going to try to avoid it. But I don't think I'm going to get there before they form their defensive line here. So we're going to go ahead and just move Anderson up to the Wheatfield, and hopefully he won't get shot up too badly. As we can see, Iverson is already on the run from the area. He's got no interest in continuing there. Let's get Smith. 340. I feel so bad for this guy. 340. That's unbelievable. Graham is already firing. Ramseur, let's move up. Come on, man. Wilcox is already firing. We'll get Mahone to move up. So as you can see, these guys have really formed a double defensive line. It's going to be very hard to break, but hopefully if I can keep them occupied here, even if I can't take all of the victory locations, I could stop them from making a push over here on these locations. So that's what's important to me. We've got Graham on the run already. Let's bring Benning down. Is it Benning? Yes, it is. All right, Thomas. I'm going to have him stay up there on that hill. We'll bring Avery down as well. Why not? Actually, we'll move Thomas to the top of the hill, as you guys can see there. I'm going to hold this artillery position right here. We'll hold. And Ramseur, move up. This guy likes to run a lot. Ramseur, he does just such good volley fire that he sends even guys like Candy, who's got a great brigade, just running for their lives. Hold, right on the top of the hill, Avery. You're going to see right here where being on top of the hill helps tremendously, as long as these guys don't break. And as you can see, we've already got one regiment on the run, or one brigade on the run, I should say. We're going to go ahead and move Gordon up. We don't want those guys to reform at all and start attacking Avery up here. And I don't know why Avery's taking such a damn long time to reload. That's kind of irritating. There we go, right on top of Biddle, excuse me. Boom. Okay, we actually only got 3 or 4 guys. It wasn't very successful. Not like I thought it would be anyway. Let's move here on the Patterson Farm. There we go. Perrin opening up on the Black Hats, the Bucktail Brigade. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, that's not Iron Brigade. I confused the Bucktail Brigade for Iron Brigade. Civil War junkies the world over are going to absolutely hate me. Let's go ahead and... No, this guy will run. And Anderson's up. Excuse me, guys. So I'm with Carr, but I definitely want to have just as good of cover as him and Graham have. I don't want to be stuck in the Wheatfield, but that's exactly what he's done, has gotten me stuck in the Wheatfield. We'll move Posey up here, try to deal with some of their artillery fire, and these 2 brigades can start moving forward too, even Avery. Let's see, Ward, we'll try to get some shell shot, and same with Watt. So one good thing is that now that our men are retreating on this particular sector, we're free to fire shell shot at the enemy. And there we go, first of the shell shot. Try to really wound them or damage them severely. As you can see, they've moved up their cannons to fire canister shot directly into our line. So that was a pretty good idea too. And here we go, Mahone opening up on the artillery. But I really want Mahone to fire here at Paul. I don't want him dealing with the artillery, really. Not to say I don't want to destroy it, but there are more things to focus on here. Now, right here, Posey can do a lot of damage to their artillery. And as you can see, Buchan's already pulling back. Already losing some guys. Stewart as well. And let's move up Anderson. They don't want to fight us. It's quite clear. Robertson is also ready to fight. We'll move him up. And even Perry, who's lost a lot of guys this battle, believe it or not. I don't know what Mahone... Did Mahone just do a charge? I think he did. Without my authorization, Mahone just charged into Paul and Von Gilsa. And he failed, but he made Paul go on the run, so I'm going to just pull back here. Hopefully everything will be fine. Unfortunately, the enemy does have Standard now, and this Standard Brigade is serious business. So I want to bring all the brigades I can to bear here. Go ahead and run. I want everyone into position immediately. Run, run, run. Because Standard Brigade could actually lose the battle for us. They really could. These guys are tremendous fighters. Unfortunately for them, they're on the bottom of the hill, and that's hopefully going to give us a little bit of a boost. There we go. Standard is taking a lot of damage. Candy's taking a lot of damage. We've kind of got them into a pocket here, just opening fire on them. One of them's pulled back. Unfortunately, Gordon is also pulled back. We'll try to bring O'Neill on this side of the farm, and there we go. Stannard is definitely taking a lot of hits. Look at that, 1905, 1904. Ames here is in even worse shape, and they can't even seem to hit us with their cannons, which is even better. Okay, let's go over here. All right, there we go, Anderson. Return fire to the enemy. Oh, boy. Wow, all right. Oh, the Wheatfield. All right, so we'll move Daniel up to cover Anderson's retreat. It's pretty sad that he had to retreat that quickly, but shit happens, especially in war, right? Look at that. Stannard is still 1,800 strong. Guy never dies. So we'll go ahead and move Wilcox up to be able to open fire on him. And yeah, they're putting a lot of guys up here in the north. Look at this. This is scary. No, stop charging. Unbelievable. All right, well, you know what? Once you carry out a charge like this, you just got to go for it. You really do, because at this point, I can't just stop there and volley fire. We'll go ahead and charge at the enemy, right into Stannard's brigade. While that's happening, we'll move Mahone up to take his defensive position here. And who knows, maybe this will work out all right. As you can see, we're pushing in. Doesn't seem like Stannard's losing any men yet. That's a little troubling. And there we go. Wilcox, excuse me, is pushing back. But he still haven't managed to get up this little hill, though. But that charge definitely didn't help us at all. Go ahead and move up a little bit with these guys. Avery as well. Oh, Avery's already firing. We'll bring up Thomas to support Avery. Eventually somebody's going to take him off that hill. It's just a matter of when. And there we go. Ames has gotten in front of Stannard's brigade. Oh no, Stannard's right there. He's just taken another firing line. Just as damaging, to be honest. And oh my goodness, we still have all these guys back here. Let's move them forward as quickly as possible. We'll go ahead and get them there. Lane as well. I'll have Lane run. We'll do the same with Wright, because we don't want to lose this. And as you can see, they are now moving up on that hill, so that's not good. Or at least they're moving up here in the north pretty well, and that's not something I like to see. We'll go ahead and move back. All right, there we go. So Ward is going to start firing shell shot into the enemy here, Ruger's brigade, and also Ames. Hopefully that'll make somewhat of a difference. Oh, come on, Thomas. Will you reform? Make him run. Gordon up a little bit. Unbelievable. So we are taking a tremendous amount of damage here. Let's get Remser right as well. Just can't seem to make that assault work. Maybe if we get Doles up to move into the woods here, we can make a little bit of change. Especially Robertson, what are you doing? All right, there we go, guys. Once again, we're back at the Wheatfield, and that's actually what I think I'm going to call this video, is Battle of the Wheatfield, because a lot of the actual fighting has gone on here. A lot of my biggest brigades have retreated from here, which is troubling, to say the least. But really the main area of contention is up here in the north, and they really are close to completing their goals if they really wanted to. We'll move Ramser up, move Mahone up. Basically want everybody concentrating their fire right there on Stannard, if possible. Just wear them down. I do this when I play as Union against Pettigrew's brigade. I try to wear them down as best as I can, and as you can see, look at all those dead on the field. I mean, nobody can really survive in that little pocket area. It's a horrible place to be. I'd say probably the worst place in the battle for the Union to be. I think our worst place in the battle for us to be right now is going to be the Wheatfield, just because it's so open to enemy fire. And if I just take a look here, I want to show you guys, look at all the Confederate bodies here. We have lost so many men by the Wheatfield. You know, it was actually a huge point of contention in the actual Battle of Gettysburg. And Wheatfields have played a part in Civil War combat, American Civil War combat. For instance, the Battle of Antietam was a charge through a Wheatfield by the Union that failed. It really is different every time. So. And what I'm going to do now is move up to Devil's Den. Now, usually what happens is Little Round Top, which is what Devil's Den is here, was taken by the Union and held against the Confederacy. But since we're playing against the Confederacy, we're actually going to manage to take Devil's Den before them. And I'm going to set up the same way Chamberlain did, the Union general right there at the top of the hill. And if the Union wants to take the hill, they can try. I don't think they're going to be very successful, but they certainly can try. And even if they do take the hill, even if the worst case scenario happens, they're going to have to lose a lot of men to do it, which is good for us. So let's go ahead and go here to the north, see if anything has changed. Alright, so as you can see, even though we haven't been able to beat the Union over here, they're definitely not making much progress, which is exactly what we want. We want them not to make much progress. We want to be able to keep them constantly on the defensive. And as you can see here, Ruger is just kind of, why am I even here? The men aren't firing. These guys are going to try to come uphill Stannard's brigade, and Ramser is going to assist Wright in pushing them back down. Hopefully that'll work. I don't think they'll make it, no matter how many men. Sometimes you just can't make it. It's impossible. Just too many obstacles to cross, and sure enough, Standard pulling back. He's not retreating, but he is pulling back. Actually, he might be retreating. Okay, no, he is retreating. He is retreating, sorry. Look at Ruger here, and Lane. Actually, Wilcox, since he's got more men, we'll move him up here. Once again, Ruger's going to go for the charge, but that shell shot is killing his men like flies. Avery here has had to deal with this annoying cannon forever now, so we'll go ahead and let him have his fun on Heckman's cannon. And let's go take a look up here. Alright, so one of our units is already pulled back from Devil's Den, and unfortunately we do have U.S. sharpshooters over here, which are going to cause us a little bit of problems, but I'm going to try to move my men up. I want to take that victory location. I know you guys see it, and I'm very close to having the victory, so I'm going to move up as quickly as I can. Alright, let's see. Benning, Doles. Right. Let's get him up too, and we'll move Wilcox up as well, move Mahone up. Really just closing this line down. Get this guy over here, Thomas. I don't like that they're getting this far north, and in fact I didn't even realize they took this victory point over here. But as long as they don't take these 2 victory points, I'm going to be happy. But I wanted to get an epic victory on the first day, and I think that's not going to be possible now. I may be wrong, but I don't think an epic victory is possible. I think the most I can get is a major victory. We'll go ahead and hold here. Yep, about there. Wilcox, you need to fire better, man. Get into formation, please. And let's get Benning up as well. Now we're definitely closing off this area over here to the south. Obviously, we're still dealing with guys over here by Little Round Top, but we seem to be holding our ground. A lot of Union dead over here. Most of our dead were lost over here by J. Wickert's farm and the Wheatfield. So we are going to go ahead and, let's see. Wilcox. There we go. Standard is pulled back. That's exactly what we wanted. And yeah, Standard is taking a beating. I mean, he may have 1,700 men this battle. And he may have one of the biggest brigades, or if not the biggest brigade of the Union. But I don't see him making it through. Now, this is troublesome. McDougal has come through, sort of out of nowhere. This guy McDougal has a lot of men. He really does. I'm kind of troubled by that. We'll go ahead and move up here. Gordon as well. I want to get these cannons up. Just not very effective where they are right now, unfortunately. We'll get this guy to the north. Let's make sure everything's okay at our Little Round Top area. Oh, yes. There we go. There we go. Daniel's opening up on Baxter from Little Round Top. I know they call it Devil's Den in this game. That was the historical name for it. You know, Little Round Top, sort of a Hollywood-esque after the battle type naming ceremony thing. But I like calling it Little Round Top. I mean, that's what it's known for, right? And so we are trying to funnel them in. I actually want to put Iverson here. That's bad. That's real bad. I want to try to funnel them in this rocky area here. I'm sure it's not going to be easy to move through. We'll go ahead and move Robertson up, move Perrin up, and just try to force the enemy back even more. All right. Bulls is not in good position to move, but he doesn't have much of a choice, to be honest with you. He's got to do something. All right, let's get Ward up, and maybe we can even have Ward do some canister shot. Be real evil here. Right down on the enemy, McDougal. Let's go ahead and switch. There we go. There's the canister shot. This is going to hurt McDougal. I am not for 1 second sorry. I am a Union man, but when I play as Confederacy, I play as Confederacy. That's all I got to say. Let's go ahead and get Ward up here. Auto. No, canister. There we go. Canister. No. You fool. Canister. Okay, I was trying to get it to hold, but forget that cannon doesn't have that ability. We'll go ahead. Yeah, Ward's going to pull back a little bit. They know I'm crazy general, and they can't move that close, or else they'll get killed. But I really hope he didn't go too far. And here we go. Ward, as you can see, those guys are loading the cannons. Gordon's already dropped a volley down from the top of that small hill. And wow, look at that canister shot. Oh, devastating. Absolutely devastating. The canister shot was so bad that Green's brigade wasn't even getting hit, and even they retreated. They looked at their friends over here being massacred and said, you know what, maybe that's not such a good idea. Let's rethink that for a second there. Let's go ahead and move these guys back up. So we may not be able to take this 2,500 victory point this battle. I'm not sure yet. Ultimately, time will be the judge here. Thomas. All right, here we go. Mahone is moving up as well. And really, we're just trying to stop McDougal from doing anything here. In fact, I'll let Ward get his volley fire off, or his canister shot off, excuse me. If he can. He should be able to. Looks like he's kind of about to retreat. That's not good. We need you, Ward. We need you. We really do. You're our only hope. Or something of that, to that effect. Let's move lane up. Oh, come on, Ward. You don't be a pussy. Here we go. Ward's opening fire, I think. Open fire, Ward. Yes! We got off one shot, not bad. And, yeah, like I said, this is the worst part for the Union here. As you guys can see, this forms a hill above Spangler's farm here. And just funneling themselves into that area is causing them a lot of problems. They're not able to make it through no matter how many tough brigades they bring. And we do seem to be holding Little Round Top. Not really holding Little Round Top, but holding the eastern part over here by Jacob Waker's farm in the Wheatfield. And like I said, the reason I'm going to call this video the Wheatfield is I definitely think in terms of the Confederate dead, we have lost most of our dead near the Wheatfield here, approaching Little Round Top. As you can see, there's just a ton of dead there, and that's not good. We want to go ahead and move Perrin up. It does seem like we're winning over here, taking this victory point. Let's move this way. Look at all those Union! Those bluecoats. Avery's this way. Alright, so like I said, there's a lot of danger up here in the north from encroaching enemies. So I want to get these guys into the woods and kind of hold that position. I was even going to take Mahone, although now I'm rethinking it. I was going to try to take Mahone and bring him kind of behind here and try to flank the enemy and provide more of a defensive line. In fact, no, I'm not going to do that. The only reason I won't is because we've still got to deal with McDougal. We still got Ames over here, Schmiffelnig. I'm sure Stannard's somewhere, even though he's probably run all the way back at this point. Yeah, so he formed a second defensive line. He's definitely rebuilding his strength. I'm certain he's going to attack this battle again. I'm certain of it. Stannard is probably, for me, one of the best Union generals. He's got a great amount of men. But just like Pettigrew, you know, don't be afraid of the amount of men. It really doesn't make as much of a difference as the actual morale, the condition. You know, I made Pettigrew's brigade run with 3 well-placed volley shots, so I don't think for a second that numbers are everything. But when you're as low as Avery, numbers definitely count. He's not going to be doing much damage to anybody. As you can see, he just opened a volley fire on Biddle's brigade, and with all those guys, 469 fire, we got one guy. We killed one, and there we go. So I'm glad I didn't move Mahone. He's engaging McDougal already, and I didn't see that coming. Of course I did. So we just want to keep McDougal occupied. Want to keep all those big brigades occupied. Reload. Here comes Mahone's volley fire. It's got to make McDougal break and run. Of course it does. Believe me, nobody wants to get a volley fire right there from Mahone. And we are winning at Little Round Top. Wow, very cool. So we are taking the location, and they do call it Little Round Top as a victory objective, which is awesome. So I guess I am the Civil War fool here. I see Little Round Top now. I'm a dummy. And Devil's Den was originally called Big Round Top. I know, very original naming. But the reason they changed the name from, you know, Little Round Top, Devil's Den to Devil's Den is Little Round Top really ended up being a much more pivotal point of the battle. Of course, there were men on Big Round Top up here on Devil's Den, but it didn't see as much combat as its little brother over here at Little Round Top. And for those of you that haven't seen or don't know much about the battle for Little Round Top during the Battle of Gettysburg, sort of a battle within a battle almost, you could see probably one of the most amazing defenses ever carried out in American war history. And that would be the defense of my favorite general, Chamberlain, against the Confederates charging up Little Round Top. And I'm really hoping we can recreate that this time as Confederates, but it does seem that the Union has all these damn cannons, and they're trying to just blow the hell out of us. I'm really hoping we can hold that position, because I would love to relive that moment, but with the opposite side. It'd be kind of cool. There we go. Benning's opening fire on that artillery brigade. For some reason, in this battle, the Union has brought their artillery up very close, and that's actually not a bad idea. I've taken a lot of losses from it, probably more than I should have. Let's go ahead and Gordon, move up. Confederates secured Little Round Top. All right, so we have secured it. Now, whether or not we can hold it is an entirely different story. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and move Doles back here to help hold it. And I'm hoping that at the very least, we can cause a lot of Union casualties here, because they are massing troops, bluecoats like crazy, trying to take Little Round Top back, and I don't blame them. That is a pivotal point of this battle. Let's go ahead and move up here. Lane, Gordon, and Thomas. All right, so Mahone, he's resting a little bit. In fact, we can have him hold. We can have Mahone hold here on top of Powers Hill. and just kind of rest, get some of his morale and condition back. Lost 396 men, so he's put up a hell of a fight for us. Let's see, Lane's brigade, 383. That's a lot of men to lose. All right, and even though we have been doing pretty well over here near Spanglish Farm, I'm getting worried now because slowly but surely those brigades are being worn down thin. As you can see, Gordon and Thomas are fighting over this patch of woods here, and yeah, they're pulling back. I don't blame them for a second. They're not going to be able to hold against McDougal here, so we want to bring Wilcox up over here, and he's already in run mode, which is good for us. Move Ramseur, move O'Neill. I'm not going to run with Ramseur. I don't really feel I need to. Yeah, Ames wasn't going to make it up that hill. Let's see what Benning can do for us. All right, so I'm actually going to bring Benning here to assist in this attack. We're sort of turning our lines into more of a C shape as opposed to a straight line, and that's going to open us up to a lot of attack from Stannard. He's already getting ready, so let me rethink that. It's not a good idea. That's sneaky. I told you Stannard would be back too. He's sneaky. Very, very sneaky. We'll go ahead and hold here, and hopefully Benning will know well enough to open fire on Stannard's brigade. And yes, he is aiming for Stannard. Alright, we're moving Thomas here into the forest. So far, hopefully he can open fire here on McDougal. Open fire, boy! It's a war going on. Alright, so they have made it onto Spanglish Farm, but they still haven't made it up the hill. Look at that. Look at that beautiful battlefield. Love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. Alright, so here we go. Benning is pulling back a bit. And what else do we have here? Robertson. Doles. Yeah, so these guys are not doing so well here, but now that I know that all we really need is to hold it around top, I can move all these forces to Devil's Den and just try to defend the area. I'm not surprised at why my guys are getting pushed off. You can see all the volley fire I'm taking over here from these guys. It's just a huge chunk of Union troops. We're still pushing down on the enemy. Keep going, guys. We're going to try to take on McDougal. We're actually pushing the attack ourselves this time. We're not going to stay on the defensive the entire battle. And McDougal, you are going to run. I'm going to make you run. Go ahead, hold. Hold Mahone. Mahone, unfortunately, has no condition. His condition is extremely low, so I hope he can get off at least one volley before breaking. But I don't think he will. He's going to run right now. Right after this next volley by Kane, Mahone's going to run. At least I think he is. Okay, one volley. Come on. You got it in. You got it in, you Mahone. One volley. Beautiful. That's all I wanted. That is all I wanted. I'm happy with one volley. Let's go ahead and get Lane up. In fact, he's doing a lot more than I expected, so that's cool. And he seems to he's still moving up, despite the fact that he's got no morale, no condition. I mean, they've got some morale. Their condition is terrible. These guys are really tired, extremely, extremely fatigued from this battle. Okay, Green moving into view here, marching up. To what effect, I don't know. Hopefully not going to be very effective. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Ah, I expected that to happen. All right, so de Trobriand is going to try to break through. It's time for a charge. Charge. He's trying to break through on Little Round Top. And so is this guy. Look at this. Burling's trying to break through as well. We're going to hold here. So the charge of Little Round Top done by the Union, they may be a little more successful. And we are going to try to stop them here. It's going to be tough, though. And there we go, Anderson getting into the fight with de Trobriand. We'll go ahead and move I Corps down, First Corps, I should say. Wow. That's bad. That is bad. Why is that occurring? All right, well, if he wants to go against the second defensive line, we can definitely help him with that. But in a way, I think this was meant to cause confusion. I've seen this done before, and I actually told a friend about it that plays with me, or I shouldn't say plays with me, but has viewed my channel, you know, we talked a lot about the Ultimate General Gettysburg game. That these charges, a lot of times the guys will just march through. They won't charge, they'll march. And it's extremely devastating. So I think that definitely needs to be fixed. I'm pretty sure that in a real battle, the chance of marching through like this, like just kind of marching, would be very, very rare. I'm going to call it a charge for the sake of accuracy. Union charge up Little Round Top was successful. And as you can see, they haven't taken it back, but they're about to. So we want to move these troops up quickly and hopefully get them into position before the enemy can secure that hill. Alright, so as you can see over here, the enemy's pulled back more or less. They don't want to deal with us anymore. They don't want to lose any more men. But we want to kill more of theirs. So you know, we're not finished yet. we're not, our fun's not over. I'll move Ramser up, try to just utterly annihilate von Gilsa. And really, I just want to annihilate most of these brigades. You can already see that we've killed a lot of Union. We've also lost a tremendous amount of men. And I think at the end of this battle, it'll be shown that we've actually lost more men than the Union. I may be wrong, but just by looking over here at the Wheatfield, it's looking bad. Looking really bad for us. There we go, Carr, a new brigade for the enemy. That's not good. Let's move Doles back. Apparently he's still dealing with their Trobriand, who went on some crazy charge and is now retreating back to their lines. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it's worked before. I mean, that marching through is a pain. It really is. It messes up your entire formation and forces you to kind of rethink everything. And even our lines up here on top of this little hill got lost a lot of men. We really have. It's just been a hell of a battle. Let's move up. Brother against brother. Can't have that. There we go. Coster's moving back. Green's moving back. We'll go ahead and move these guys into the woods. Get some more cover. I think the last thing they need is to take more fire from the enemy. And it does seem like the battle is going to end. I hope we can hold on a little round top here. We do have our main victory positions. Obviously, we lost this one right here, the 2500 one. But it seems that's all they have at the moment. Now, that may change here in a few seconds, even. As you can see, Carr is definitely going to try for a charge up the hill. I might try a charge down Little Round Top, just like Chamberlain did, just so they can't take it back. But I don't know how effective that would be, so I want to be careful. It would be fun to do, though. It really would. Confederates take Little Round Top. In fact, I think I may call this video Confederates take Little Round Top. But that might not be as appropriate. Alright, so it does seem that the armies are exhausted. I mean, obviously, you could just see the dead on the battlefield. This has been probably my bloodiest, if not one of my bloodiest battles so far. Just basically what you get when the Confederacy wins an epic victory on the first day. You get to go ahead and assault the Union lines immediately, and that's pretty exciting. Pretty tough, too. I mean, I've definitely lost a ton of guys here. And there we go, minor victory. Yeah, like I said, wasn't a major victory by any means, although, as you can see, look at our losses. Look at that, guys. I told you, with that Wheatfield, and now I'm definitely going to call this the Wheatfield, you could see we lost nearly 9,000 men. We only killed 4,649. So even though we did get a minor victory and we had 3 objectives, we held the objectives, the amount of men we lost just outweighed that. So really, I would call it a Pyrrhic victory. And I'm curious to see what's going to be happening next. Or if we can even continue. So Mad plan to repel the Confederates from Seminary Ridge. Alright guys, I guess you're going to have to wait for the next upload to see that video, but really hope you guys are enjoying this so far. As you can see, I have much less men than the Union, so it should be a pretty interesting battle. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an awesome day.